Today we are going to cover a game that has recently been pushed out into early access. It is a Battlefield type game, but someone grabbed the graphics slider and turned it all the way down. It's BattleBit Remastered. Before we get further into this video of me desperately explaining why I actually enjoy this game, please give this video a like, and to stay up to date with upcoming video game news and a few gameplay highlights here and there, please consider subscribing. BattleBit Remastered is a $15 early access game developed by 3 people. At launch, the game includes 6 classes, 78 weapon attachments, 200 ranks to level up in, along with a prestige, map destruction, 39 weapons, 17 maps, and more. And this would otherwise be considered the amount of content you would find from a current day full-price AAA game 6 months after release. And the developers aren't done yet, as they plan to include new maps, modes, vehicles, and again, more as they continue developing the game. Of course, the elephant in the room are the game's graphics, and while many people can say what they want, that they can refuse to play the game that looks blocky or dated, I personally don't care. So long as the game's graphics run well, and the gameplay is solid, I could personally care less. Don't let the graphics fool you, this game is pretty well put together. The TTK in the game is fairly short, but not instant, giving players a fair chance to turn around a gunfight, and the weapons have a lot of customization without limit, so you can equip attachments on any part of the weapon that allows for it, including running a weapon with a canted iron sight, a 4x main optic, and a red dot optic sitting on top of that. If you know me, you know I prefer infantry gameplay, and this game delivers in that front very well. It's not the most mind-blowing game out there by any stretch, other than the fact that it was made by 3 people, but the game feels very stable and has plenty to do, and plenty of weapons to grind attachments for. For $15, it's more than a fair deal, with more promised content coming out sometime later on. So yeah, consider me a fan, as I would definitely be playing this for a change of pace, or if I have a very short amount of time to play something without having to worry about my own performance or leaving the game early. With all that said, this game is not outright perfect. There are a few issues with the game's UI, and although I'm fine with the graphics, I do have to point out when they start getting in the way of gameplay. The plain textures for most buildings with no real shadows or shading makes it difficult to tell where you are sometimes. I feel if the developers could include some thicker and bolder outlines to corners and textures, it would create the contrast that we need. On top of this, because everyone's blocky, it's not easy to tell what or who is an enemy, and what is just some rubble on the ground. This is a bigger problem in maps that have a lot of sand or brown dirt on the ground, as enemies can tend to blend in too well. If you're expecting me to point out any other issues with the game's graphics, well, you can stop waiting, because it's not happening. All in all, you can't even get this much content the game offers from a brand new AAA game, and the gameplay is responsive, it's quick, and very rewarding. For all you sniper fans out there, yes, this game also has bullet drop, so feel free to find your favorite spot in the woods and start lobbing bullets across the map. There's plenty to do, plenty to level up, and the game's just a lot of fun for those who want the chaotic Battlefield experience. With all this covered, what do you guys think about BattleBit Remastered? Are you considering to give it a try, or would you rather wait for something else? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, I am Mr. Rain, and I will see you guys next time.